Guys, I have a method to do some journal flip-throughs now, so I thought I would give you the first one of Journal 1. I got this one at Target about 3 years ago, I believe, so I just figured I would start with the first one that I finished. Hopefully that's okay. Also plan on doing Volume 2 after this, and then afterwards, if you guys would like to vote on the next one, feel free. Unfortunately, this next week, I'm not going to be posting anything because I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm actually getting kind of sick. Like, my temperature was 100 yesterday, so I would like to have the next week to kind of just relax and help get my temp back down. Hopefully you guys understand. But without further ado, let's get into the flip through since it's been almost a minute. Okay, so the first, I just opened it, covering up my address sticker, and you can't really see the pencil anyway. Let me do that. There we go. So I just have my name, and then the days of the time when it was finished. I know it says 2 years, but I went back and forth between this one and a different one, which I believe is Volume 5. Pretty sure it's Volume 5, but anyway. So I'll just go ahead and start. Also apologize if you can't really see the ink that well because the page is pink and I wrote in pink. It's showing up pretty well on camera though. But yeah, that's when I first got it. I actually remember this day because this day, as you can see at the top, it says I slammed my finger in the corridor. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun day. Can definitely tell that my temp is up now though because I'm like sweating to death because if my temp is high enough, it makes me sweat. But anyway. But as soon as I come out from under the blanket, because I'm actually under covers at the moment, I'll freeze. Yeah, that's fun. I write a lot. And I put random stickers in here sometimes, it just depends. Sorry, I'll sit up so you guys can see it better. There's a little sticker. If anyone can tell me of which friend that is of Hello Kitty's in the comments, I would appreciate that, because I have no idea. This was back when I was interning at Children's Friend, because I was actually going for early childhood, and unfortunately, due to medical issues beyond my control, I was not able to continue. Fiance turned 18 here. It's hard to believe that he's 21. He turned 21 yesterday. It's Thursday when I'm recording this, so. This was back when I was like watching Chugga Conroy's videos like religiously. I still do watch them fairly religiously, but back then I was just getting into them. So. Some more stickers. This blanket that this journal is actually on top of. If you guys like this for background, then let me know, but I figure it wouldn't really matter, just as long as you could see the actual journal itself. And Also apologize if this is a long video. I've never done one of these before. If you guys want to give me tips on how to make them shorter, I would appreciate it. But please bear with me that I'm learning how to do these. There's a couple people I follow that do flip throughs. One makes it longer, one makes it shorter. So this is back when I got into pink sparkles. I was having really bad back issues back then too. And diabetes kind of went out of control around this time as well. Couldn't exactly remember why. I had gotten into Jersey Shore around this time, and so this was when it was starting to end, right here, if you guys can see that. So yeah, right when I started getting into it is when they actually finished it. I was kind of ticked off about that at the time, but this was Christmas, day after. I actually wrote a lot this day, I'm pretty sure, yeah, like 3-4 pages worth. Oh, I did this little design here on the side of it. Babe, if you're watching, you'll probably get a kick out of that one. Let's see. I was getting into auction hunters here, like, I started getting into a lot of different things. And again, sorry about my voice, guys. Trying to keep the whole thing in frame. So I finished Luigi's Mansion there, and this actually has 2 different colors of pages, like the first half is pink and the second half is blue. So I got to hang out with Robin then. So I know I end my entries all the same, so that's probably gonna get boring to you guys, but this was the start of the shunt surgeries in 2013, because here I was saying that I was glad that John got to see me, because he lived like a half-hour away. This was the day before my birthday. My dad wanted to give me money but couldn't because he was undergoing chemo, and I told him he didn't really have to worry about it, that was more important. I mean, really, like, you can't help if you're not, you know, if you have something else you gotta pay for, you guys know what I mean? But anyway, got to see John on the 6th of the 2013. And there's a gap between these entries. This is 7/8, this is 7/20 of 2013. I was talking about here that I might be going bowling with Andrew. I mentioned I might change my major. Alright, in blue there. Mentioned that my favorite Inuyasha pairing, yes, I'm one of those people, is Shishomaru and Kagome. Don't even get me started trying to defend that, because I will defend that. got into Ink Master, so I was mentioning when it came on. Mentioned that here, August 9th, 2013 was the finale season premiere of What Not to Wear, which I couldn't believe that that show was ending. I've been watching it for so long. Friday the 13th, I remember that. My grandfather's like very superstitious, so that was interesting. Now I think there's a gap between these two. Yeah, this was 9/13/13 and this one was 10/29/13. Reason for the gaps in between those is I had started school, was trying to get into it, and then I think I've mentioned this before, but I can't remember if I had it might have been in my medical story, but my shunt valve was coming out of my head, and it took 4 surgeries, 4 more, to get that right, so yeah. This is when I started getting into Melissa Parada, and I'd also started writing books that I finished, like I finished Unravel Me by Taha Mafi. Finished the first volume of Attack on Titan manga, started Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and then finished it within 6 days, because I was being a slow reader, apparently. And then, yeah, because it says from here, this was the 17th of August 2014, and then you flip to the 21st of August, and it says that I was in a reading slump. So then I got to see my dad, on September 13th of 2014. Then saw my diabetic doctor on the 26th. It says I had it tomorrow for the 21st century, but it had to be rescheduled, and it was a pain in the butt. This first paragraph right here really ticks me off, because this was essentially Mama losing her job for something that was beyond her control, which was kind of stupid. Few receipts, because in Jekyll 2012, we went to Jekyll in 2012, and I had still kept the receipts, so I just stuck them in there when I had reminisced about that day. This was the receipt to the water park. This is the little flyer that it came with. But see, this is what I meant. It changes to blue, so I'll get the bookmark out of the way. I know this video is super long, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it go quicker. These are puffy stickers. I mentioned this was one of my favorite empties, in addition to this one. Tag for some slipper socks that I got that I wanted to save. A receipt, one of my favorite bookmarks. Some fall themed ones, because this was John's birthday last year. I mentioned a lot that in this too, that we had kittens that we were watching, because we have a feral colony outside, and we brought the kittens in the house so that they could be better accustomed to humans. And I ended up watching them a lot, and at the time I wasn't really enjoying that much, let's just put it that way. More puffy stickers. Another puffy. I have a lot of the Disney Fairies puffy stickers in here. and now I had to switch to a different ink pen because it ran out. So now it's blue on blue. Hopefully you guys can read it, or see it, I should say. Bunch of animal stickers, random elephant sticker. Not really a whole lot to say about these. This is just, you know, like, well, this entry I can say something. I'd gotten Laura Conrad's style book for Christmas the previous year of this entry, and I decided to read it that day. I started to get back into my reading mood, so I had my brother take me to the library, and I started I want to say it was Cinder, but I could be wrong. Got Requiem, I believe that's how it's pronounced. I apologize if I butcher that. I finished Incarnate by Jody Meadows, which was a recommendation from Katrina Little Book Owl. I watched her review on it. That was actually pretty good. Finished the 2 manga from, I don't know how to say this, so I'm just going to zoom in. Is it Sarah's The Celestial Legend? That's a pretty good manga series for what it is. I tried to start Drake Slay Love by Sarah Beth Durst. I don't think I ended up finishing that one. Yeah, couldn't get into it, as it says right here. But I started watching Chugga's Xenoblade Chronicles playthrough, walkthrough, whatever you want to call it. Or for people that are into that, Let's Plays. Sorry guys, back's being funny. Anyway, mentioned how cold it was getting. Went to the usual grocery run. Just relaxed around the house in this one because my back was killing me. Still is today. And the last page right here, puppy stickers, and the back with some puppy stickers and Hello Kitty stickers. Okay guys, that was the flip through of this journal. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will hopefully see you guys in actual, like, face-to-face kind of thing soon. Please be patient with me. Like I said, I get sick very easily, so I will be back as soon as I can, and I will talk to you guys at another time.